Hello, I'm Mucka J. He's Guido McFister.
And welcome to another episode of Eyes on the Scene.
So, welcome to episode 2 of Eyes on the Scene. We are here live from Ibiza in our little bubble, aren't we?
It's our Ibizan bubble.
It is indeed. So, yeah, we did sort of talk at the end of episode 1 to say that old Guido McFister here was going to come and bob over for a little week or two to have a little bit of working out how we're going to carry on these TV episodes. But hey, it's better than on Zoom, isn't it?
It is a bit better than on Zoom, it has to be said, because, you know, you find yourself keep on looking in the wrong place.
Look over there, look at, oh no, there you are. It's in the same room, it's weird. Right. So what we got coming up on the show then?
Well, we've got a couple of great live performances from some great young bands. We've got White Raven Down, and we've also got White Tiger.
Yes, we've also got Rob Wylde from Midnite City and Tigertailz on the quiz. He's got some fighting words for old Mr. Johnny Suicide, who was in episode 1. Can he beat him?
He's coming for you, Johnny.
Oh, well, we'll see. We also have DJ Robo, an old friend of mine from the old Brummie land. He's going to go down musical memories with his love for Black Sabbath. He's slightly obsessed.
Just a tad. Just a wee tad.
Just a tad, yeah. And there's also a special video from Call to the Faithful. We've got a chat with the band as well. That's coming up later in the show. But before that, Guido, introduce this first one.
Well, we've got a video for you. It was released back in June. It's from a band called Jiva Sakti. And they're from Portland in Oregon. And they were formed originally when Nomad, from formerly of Blind Justice and Gargantuan Soul, met Huey Williams online. They got together. I first met Huey when he was on tour with Screamer, had a night off and randomly turned up at a gig I was playing. Lovely fella indeed. But sadly, Huey's mother passed away recently. So our condolences are with Huey and the family. So we're going to play this video in honour of Huey's mother. This is Jiva Sakti with You Are the Light. That was a very interesting video, don't you think? And
unusual,
to say the least. Most definitely alternative and absolutely cracking, I think, myself. There's a new single coming out, due out in a couple of weeks in September, and there's an EP due on the 2nd of October, so keep your eyes out for that.
We shall check that out. Right, next up for you, it's over to my my wonderful Brummy friend, DJ Robo, Mr. Paranoid, as we once used to call him. After making him listen to Paranoid 23 times in a row in a pub in the centre of Birmingham. It still haunts him to this day, a good 10 years later, the good old days at TVFM. Anyway, DJ Robo wanted to get involved with the musical memories section of the show. This is where we take you around somebody's home and they show you bits and pieces of what they've collected over the years. As a massive Black Sabbath fan, and I mean absolute humongous Black Sabbath fan, he has collected some seriously good stuff over the years, and we're just going to have a short little trip around the front room of DJ Robo. So over to you, mate. All right.
Hello, I'm Robbo, and I've been asked to give a little bit of a rundown of my Black Sabbath collection. So as you can see here, just on my wall is a signed Ozzy Osbourne big poster and a few of the gigs that I've been to, and then I've got these little sign cards as well, one by Ozzy on that side, and underneath the Motorhead one there is a signed Tony Iommi one as well, and I got those from their books. So when they did their book signings, I just got them to sign on a little card. And into the main collection, and here we go. So I guess Black Sabbath for me started way back in the early years. I've got 3 older brothers who are kind of mostly into their rock music, and so I sort of tagged along onto the music that they were listening to at the time. And so when I started collecting vinyl, I went immediately to some Black Sabbath albums, and I collected probably the cheaper Black Sabbath albums, which I'll come to when I put away these Vertigo Swirl ones. But it was always an ambition of mine to get the first 4 albums on the original Vertigo Swirl. So these are the first 4 albums. So you got Black Sabbath there, Paranoid, Master of Reality, and Volume 4, all the original pressings, all on original Swirl. And while I put these away, we'll come back and we'll have a look at some more sort of rare albums, rare singles, and a little bit more of some other memorabilia that I've got. Okay, with the Swirl away, you can have a little bit of a better look at the vinyl collection. As you can see, multiple copies of the albums. Sabotage up there, and a few of the compilation albums. Just over here, obviously Black Sabbath did Volume 4, which is a legitimate album, but in Germany they released a few other volumes. So you got Volume 1 and Volume 2 there. And there's a few other rarities that I've got. So here is Earth and the Flying Hat Band. Earth was the name of Black Sabbath before they changed their name to Black Sabbath, and the Flying Hat Band was Judas Priest before they became Judas Priest. So that's a sort of compilation album of Earth there, which is the Black Sabbath guys, and the Flying Hat Band, which was Judas Priest. Other rarities. Now, I guess these aren't really that rare, but there are quite a few sort of copies now that just people in sort of the Soviet states are just producing these albums from live recordings. So I've got a few of the early sort of Black Sabbath recordings now on vinyl. So that one, obviously from Dumfries from 1969. We've got Fire in the Sky there, another Black Sabbath one. Past Lives, that's just one of the normal compilations. Masters of Sheffield, it's from 1971. A few of the new albums as well, so that's The End, so that was a recording of their final show, and of course 13. I've got multiple copies of those as well. I'll just get onto those in a minute. But yeah, the Ultimate Collection, that was the 13 one. Another Ultimate Collection from the 13. And I've also got underneath there Black Sabbath 10-Year War. And that has all of their vinyl in once again. So yeah, so you might say I'm a little bit of a collector when it comes to the vinyl. I do have a couple of singles as well. So together with Earth and the Flying Hat Band, I've got this rarity, which is The Rebel from 1969 on Zella Records, which was the very first Black Sabbath single. Previous to the Black Sabbath, what you've got there, it was released as Earth. And another single which I've got, which is Symptom of the Universe on purple vinyl. Hard Road, I think, is on the B-side of that one. And then I've also got a little box set of singles there, which I've not quite opened yet. Other bits and pieces, already mentioned the last album they did, The End. I was lucky enough to go to the sound check on their very last show, so it's a VIP sound check. We weren't allowed videos or cameras into that one when they were doing the sound check, but it was one hell of a show. They had all of the band that came out, even the keyboard player who's hidden away, Adam, and yeah, had a bit of a laugh with the guys as well, which was very good. Other bits and pieces, so here's charity lunch that I went to with Tony Iommi, and that's the signed menu there. So yeah, so Tony signed it, and also been on to the VIP when they did the 50 years of Black Sabbath, which was part of the Home of Metal exhibition. So there's a Home of Metal exhibition. They did the bench unveiling, and generally had a good time. It was brilliant. Other bits and pieces then which I have, on that charity lunch as well, I was lucky enough to be picked out to win a DVD, and Tony signed that one for me as well. Other bits and pieces I've got, let's see, I don't really do an awful lot of CDs, but this one is kind of special because Tony signed that one as well. Best wishes, Tony Iommi. And that one was a charity event for one of Tony's charities, which is an animal sanctuary on the south of Birmingham, which is always good to see that Tony and the guy doing their bits for charities. Did quite a few charity talks as well with Tony. He's done one at the town hall, which I went to, which was really, really good. And he's tending to do a lot more of them at the moment as well, which is good to see. Hopefully when this lockdown's lifted, we get to see a lot more of this stuff as well. Also, I've got a little bit of a book collection going on with Black Sabbath and Tony and Ozzy and the like. Probably, if I was going to tell you a book to read about the Black Sabbath history, is this one, How Black Was Our Sabbath, which was by David and Graham. And from reading this sort of stuff, the accessibility now that you get with Facebook and Twitter and things like that, actually become friends with these guys, and they give you lots of helpful sort of insights to the band, and you can get some quite rare stuff off them as well. They do have lots of rare photographs and things like that of Ozzy when he was in the Atrocity Cottage and things like that. Other bits and pieces, when they did the bench unveiling as well, I went down to that. That was a Tony Iommi thing. Jasper Carrot was doing the comparing of that one, and we all had a pint of Black Sabbath IPA. That was from Sill Hill Brewery, and we all got to take home one of these glasses, which was good stuff. Other beverages I've got a nice cup of coffee there on the go, so I do have a little bit of a cup collection, even with the old Vertigo Swirl there, and that goes down to even the Black Sabbath coasters underneath. There is one record here which is missing, which I've sent away for, or been after it for ages and ages, and I guess when you're doing a collection, what you want is the rarest of the rare, one of a kind type things. And I've just ordered from a guy from the Ukraine what's called Bones music, which is back in the USSR, before the Iron Curtain came up. They didn't really have access to vinyl records, so what they used to do was use old X-rays, and on one side of those X-rays used to punch in the groove so you could listen to music on it, kind of like you used to have the old floppy disks on magazines and everything that used to come free with magazines. But these are really, really rare, and I've just sent away for one, which is one of a kind, and it's Fairies Wear Boots on this rare sort of X-ray. But hopefully I can get that for the next time I do one of these things for you. Other rarities that I've got is a Black Sabbath rug in the living room. I won't show you that because it's a bit dirty at the moment. And a few other signed things. So I've got a signed t-shirt up on the bedroom wall. That was a Tony Iommi charity event for Dimension Awarefare. And yeah, all of the clothes that I've got, all the t-shirts, all the hoodies. I've even got Black Sabbath socks, all sorts of stuff really, but I thought the vinyl collection is probably the one that people would like to see the most. Anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed my Black Sabbath collection, and I'll catch you all again soon. And a little add-on to the collection is a little bit more down here as well, because I do play guitar, and you're always trying to get that sort of Tony Iommi sound. So I've went for an old Laney Linebacker amp, which is a bit of a rarity, but that has not travelled much further than when it was made by Laney over at Great Bar in Birmingham. It's not really travelled that far. The guy that bought it, he was a huge Tony Iommi fan. He bought it way back when it was brand new, and pretty much kept it in his house in Perry Bar, and then it's travelled to where I am in North Birmingham, so not travelled very far at all. And probably my biggest expensive buy out of the whole collection was a Gibson SG, and there she is. And that is purely because Tony Iommi plays one, and I thought if I bought one I'd be able to play like him. It hasn't worked quite as of yet, but hopefully more practice and I'll get to sound like him soon. Anyway, that is it. So, cheers.
There you go. Wasn't that awesome? That's DJ Robo there with his absolutely amazing part of his collection, of his Black Sabbath collection. He's
got a serious collection there. Cannot be denied. It's totally rocking, man.
I thought you were going to say he's got a serious problem, but you know, he could have a serious problem. If anybody wants to go halves, I'll give you his address later. You can nick all his stuff. We'll go halves on it on eBay. You know what I mean? Yeah? Right. Anyway, over to you. What's up next, mate?
Well, coming up for you next, we've got a brand new 4-piece rock band who up until recently were a covers band. They've been starting to work on their new material, which we think is absolutely rocking.
Oh, yeah.
They've got a live lockdown set for us in which they do play 3 of their brand new original songs, but also there's a couple of classic covers thrown in there for good measure, and why not indeed. So we give you the one and only White Tiger.
And look out for our Jack on the drums. Party on, Gar.
Alright, man, this is White Tiger, and this is Eyes on the Scene. You wanna be backstage with me on your own? You try to play me, baby, like a thought. You better join the queue and get your head to fun, 'cause I'm a pussy and a baby, take off your clothes, yeah. Take so many drugs that my brain won't talk. 7 different jobs in a plastic boat. You wanna get it on? Well, who's for a shot? I've got really small balls, but a really big cock. Give a fuck. When I try to dig deep to say I'm out of my depth, I raise the bar 60, yeah, I'm as good as it gets. I make your girl sit stand on the back of her neck, and then I play the little guts to get my dick wet, yeah. Stick your ass out, baby, to a fancy bar. Getting straight to a hook. On the back of my car, I'm still crazy. So it's fuck the world, baby. 30 years old and but my dick ain't one, no. I'm still crazy. So it's fuck the world, baby. 30 years old and I'm still crazy. And I'll fuck you, girl, baby. 30 years old and I still don't give a fuck. Pretty good, man. So, this one's for all the Guns N' Roses fans out there, man. It ain't Sweet Child of Mine, so. The song is called You Could Be Mine. What we got next, Jackie boy? It's one of our own, man.
Deacon Destroyer!
Woohoo! So, we got one more, man. Perms. Feeling the energy, man. Yeah, feeling the energy. So now fucking say cheers to everybody for tuning in, man, and keeping fucking rock and metal alive, man. So we can get all this fucking bullshit in the charts out of the way. Because no one's got time for that shit. Okay. Song's called Permanent Vacation. Cheers, man.
Ah, yeah, wasn't that rocking there from White Tiger? What a cracking reset. We look forward to seeing them out on these stages next year, as long as, you know, say no more.
Yeah, indeed. Right, next up, it's that part of the show where Guido hogs the stage with his special guest. Last month it was Johnny Suicide. He's got his first challenger. So it is called What's the Point of It is the quiz. And this month we have the amazing Rob Wylde from Midnite City and Tigertailz, who is going to be pitting his wits in quite a tough quiz this month. So,
And remember, it's a quiz, not a love bomb, baby.
oh dear.
What?
And cheers.
Well, here I am for another episode of What's the Point of It? This month, I'm joined by the amazingly rocking dude that is known as Rob Wylde. How about you, man? You've got some, you know, singer in Tigertailz, used to be the bass player, was originally guitarist. You got Midnite City. What's going on, dude?
I'm good, thanks, mate. First of all, thanks for having me on your show. I'm looking forward to the quiz. I hope I'm not going to embarrass myself by not knowing any of the questions. So I've been doing a little bit of homework just in case. But yeah, I'm doing good. We're currently coming to the end of recording the third Midnite City album.
Cool.
We've actually probably got about 2 more songs to do, and then we're going to be wrapping things up hopefully around September time. We've got a new label that we're going to be working with for the new album. We can't say too much about that at the minute, but that will be...
You can't even give us a teaser.
Oh no, I can't. I
Fair
can't.
enough.
Yeah, so basically we're switching labels. We've got a new label, new booking agent, tons of exciting stuff which is going to be happening for the new album, which will be coming out next year. And hopefully we're going to be able to make a big announcement about that in a few weeks' time. But other than that, just really busy, just getting the album finished and getting it all sounding good. We're all really excited about how it's sounding. It's obviously I'm a little bit biased, but it's an absolutely killer album. So we can't wait for you to hear
That's
it.
what we like to hear. So,
Yeah.
I mean, we're still kind of in lockdown and all that, and you've managed to put a new album together. I mean, how's that actually come about?
It's a good question. Yeah, it's kind of been a long process because we did actually start recording the album in February, which now seems like a lifetime ago. And we actually had we had 3 songs finished, mixed, completed before we went out to Australia in March. And then we went out to Australia and then landed back in the UK, and that's when everything, almost sort of like overnight, everything just went, everything nosedived, and we pretty much went into lockdown at that point. So we had kind of about 3 months of kind of doing little bits of stuff, but not actually getting a lot of it done. We were still recording stuff at home and sending files and all that kind of stuff, but we had to kind of put the brakes on it for that period of time. And then thankfully, July, everything started happening again. So we've been absolutely nailing it since then. I've been in the studio a ton of times. The rest of the guys have been doing their parts. So yeah, it feels like a long time since we started the album, because if obviously the pandemic and everything hadn't happened, the album probably would have been finished in May and probably would be coming out, maybe September, but obviously everything's had to be put back because of what's happened. But it is what it is, mate. It's just, you just kind of got to roll with it and hope for the best. But yeah, it's been a tough time for everybody, and it's not just music. It's a tough time for everybody, no matter what you do.
I know, obviously we felt it as well. I mean, Breaking Bands Festival usually happens months ago. It was one of the first virtual ones that we did. It was a lot of fun, so we're doing it again. We might even, I don't know. Could we possibly see Midnite City or Tigertailz at the next Breaking Bands Virtual Festival?
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, we might be able to do something because obviously we were playing our Midnite City. We're playing Breaking Bands Festival. We're playing next year with the rescheduled, with the real festival. But yeah, we could probably do something.
Right, are you ready to
make
this quiz? Do you know
I'm up
what
against,
the point of it is?
Johnny's suicide, right? So yeah, game on.
Right, fair enough. Okay, this is the random Ronnie round where we ask just general knowledge questions. So, for a possible 100 points, can you tell me who or what lives in a formicarium? Or repeat the four possible answers.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Who or what lives in a formicarium?
Oh God. I'm definitely going to need the four answers straight away.
Okay, no problem. Is it ants? Is it worms, snails, or stick insects?
Oh my God. Ooh, that's a tricky one. Let's go for the heads or tails on it.
You want to use heads or tails straight away? We can do that, but totally up to you.
You know what? That's kind of. I'm thinking it might be ants. I don't know. You know what? I'm going to go with ants.
And you are 100% correct. So that's a good 80 points there.
Oh, hey, I was worried. That was, for some reason, when you repeated it, I'm like, why I know that, I don't know, but there we go.
Well, a lot of stuff we know and we don't know. Yeah, that's kind of the point of this. What's the point of the quiz? Okay, question 2. What's the biggest state in the United States of America?
Oh, biggest state. Well, I used to live there. I used to live in Boston.
I like Boston.
Yeah, I lived there for 3 years, yeah. About 10 years ago. So I should know this. Biggest state. Yeah, give me the four answers.
You want
sorry.
Yep, that's okay, that's cool. Is it California? Is it Alaska? Is it Texas? Or is it New York? He's got to think about this one.
So repeat the answers again, please.
Is it California, Alaska, Texas, or New York?
Can I go down to the heads or tails?
Of course you can, if that's what you'd like to do.
Yeah.
Is it California or is it Alaska?
I'm gonna go with Alaska.
And you are correct for 60 points.
That was like a total fluke, by the way. I didn't know that really. I actually thought it was New York. So
well, New York is actually quite a big state. I think a lot of people don't realise that New York is a state as well as a city.
That's right. Yeah.
It is Alaska, which isn't actually connected to any other states.
That's cool. All right.
Okay, question 3. What is the name of the green Teletubby?
Oh, God. The green... I'm sure Johnny Suicide had a Teletubby question,
yes,
didn't
he? Yes, he did indeed.
I think he got it right. I'm sure he did. I don't fucking know. The green one. Oh, God. Yeah, you're going to have to give me the four options there, mate.
Johnny Suicide got it right straight away.
I know. There's something. Why he would know that?
I tried to find out why he knew that. It never came across. He's got some weird Teletubby perversion. Sorry, Johnny.
Yeah.
Okay. Is the name of the green Teletubby Dipsy, Lala, Pooh, or Tinky Winky?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go down to the heads or tails, mate. Yeah.
You can't because you've already used heads or tails.
Oh, I've already used it. Oh God.
You do have the option of flip the question.
Flip the question. You know what? No. I'm just gonna guess because I guessed the other one right. So what are the options again? One more time.
Dipsy, Lala, Pooh, or Tinky Winky?
They all sound bloody. I don't know what. Dipsy.
Do you know what? You nailed it.
Oh, come on!
Keep man yourself. So,
Yeah.
Sorry, viewers. I need a drink.
It's all right. Yeah, I'm on the soft stuff today. So I was on it yesterday. So I'm off it today. So
That fair enough. That's okay.
yeah.
We don't mind. We prefer to be having a drink, proper drink.
Ah, yeah.
Okay, we've got fourth question in this round. What type of creature is a Pacific sea wasp?
Pacific sea wasp. Yeah, go on. What are the options?
Okay, is it a wasp? Is it a beetle? Is it a jellyfish? Or is it a shark?
I might use my flip the question on this one.
You would like flip the question, would you?
Yes, please.
Okay. Guinness is a famous Irish drink, but what is the name of the brewery in Dublin that produces Guinness?
Oh, I know this because it's my favorite beer is Hop House 13.
But I have to interrupt at this point and say that you are going to get the four options.
Right, okay,
Because
cool.
you flipped the question.
Yeah.
Is it St. Patrick's Gate? Is it St. David's Gate? St. James's Gate? Or St. George's Gate?
It's St. James's Gate.
It is indeed.
I only know that because I'm the king of Hop House, and I love that. It's my favorite beer. So if I didn't get that one right, I might as well give up.
It is very nice, but you've got to get it from the right place. It can be bloody awful if they don't look after it correctly.
Yeah, it's better I prefer it in the bottles. I prefer it drinking it out of the bottle.
But the African stuff?
No, Hop House. Hop House.
No, I was going to say, because you can get the African or the Nigerian Guinness, which is like 8.5%.
Oh God!
It's like drinking syrup, man. I tell you.
Oh, that sounds hideous. Yeah.
It's not that bad when you're out there.
Yeah, maybe not.
Well, okay. So, moving on. Final question in this round.
Mm-hmm.
A car with the international registration letter E is from which country?
No. What are the options, mate?
Okay, the options are Estonia, Spain, Uruguay, or Egypt.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's not the last two. I think is it Spain? I'm going to go with Spain.
Is that your ultimate answer?
That's my final answer, mate. Yeah.
Good man, you nailed it. So that's.
By the way, I'm just totally fluking all these. Like, I've known two. The rest have been guesses. So must be my lucky day.
Hey, as I was saying to somebody just yesterday while playing pool to them, says you can beat a good player, but you can never beat a fluky player.
That's it.
So,
yeah.
Computer, do we know the scores and the doors after round one?
Well, Guido, what's brown and sticky? A stick. The scores on the doors are 340 points.
Congratulations.
That's not bad. I think that's all right. I think I'm fluking my way through this.
Okay, so we're going to move on. We're getting back to what we're all really here about, music now. So we've got, next round is Rock and Robin, which is rock and pop music. But before we move on to Personal Percy, which I know you're looking forward to.
I can't wait for Personal Percy. Yeah.
But okay, in the meantime, question one of this round. Can you tell me the name of the artist that originally recorded Tainted Love in 1964?
Oh, God. It's been done a few times, hasn't it? I know, obviously Marilyn Manson did it. Soft Cell did it in the 80s. The original, though.
Would you like the 4 options?
Yes, please.
Okay. Was the artist that originally recorded Tainted Love Rod Stewart? Was it Gloria Jones? Was it Slade? Or was it Brent Spiner?
I think I'm gonna go. I know it was a female, so I'm gonna go with Gloria
Jones.
Yeah.
Yes, that is correct. Now, you knew something about it, obviously.
Yeah.
To guess the female, so that's what I'll go. Now, getting back to something a bit closer to home, can you tell me the real name of the Prince of Darkness, Mr. Ozzy Osbourne?
Yeah, it's isn't it John Osborne?
Is that your ultimate answer?
Yeah.
That is correct. Right on the mark, dude. Right on the mark. Okay. Can you also now tell me the name of the owner of infamous New York City club, CBGB's?
I actually went there. I went there in 2005 before.
Oh, nice, man.
Closed down. Yeah, we were on tour with my old band, Teenage Casket Company. And we didn't play there, but we were playing in New York, and we went there in the afternoon. And I couldn't believe how small the place was. It was just like
tiny.
It was like about half the size of my living room. It was just like, oh, is this it? It was crazy. Yeah. That's not helping me get the answer to the question though. To be honest with you, I really do not know.
Okay. Would you like the 4 possible answers then?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was the owner of CBGB's Billy Crystal, Hilly Crystal, Simon Crystal, or Jason Crystal?
I'm gonna go with. I'm just gonna have a guess. I'm gonna go with Jason Crystal.
I'm sorry, but that's the wrong answer. It was the one and only Mr. Hilly Crystal.
Well, it's not. Is that the first one I got wrong though?
I think that is, yes. Yes, the computer is telling me that is the first one you've got wrong.
I think my luck may be running out now, mate.
I never got to play CBGBs either. I played New York a few times. I have played the European CBGBs in Berlin.
Cool.
Is Rob Wylde at Heart, which everybody says, the toilets are just as bad. It's about this. People we nearly fainted on stage in there. Tiny place, but absolutely brilliant.
Great.
Okay, question 4 in the Rock and Robin round. Who had a hit in 1988 with Don't Worry, Be Happy? I don't worry, be happy.
Oh. Oh.
We're going to have to do a dance at some stage. Me and Johnny did a little dance when I asked him about a reggae question.
Obviously, I remember the song, but oh god, the artist. I can see the video as well.
Would you like to go for the 4 options?
Yeah, let's go for the 4
Okay,
options.
no problem. It hit in 1988 with Don't Worry, Be Happy. Was it Bobby McFerrin? Was it the Beastie Boys? Was it Michael Jackson? Or was it ZZ Top?
It's Bobby McFerrin.
It was indeed. you knew it all along, but
yeah.
Right, good man yourself. Okay, final question in the Rock and Robin round before we get to the old personal Percy. In 2015, Tenacious D won the Grammy Award for Best Metal Performance with a cover of a Dio song. Can you tell me which Dio song that actually was?
Can you repeat the question, mate? Sorry.
In 2015, Tenacious D won a Grammy for Best Metal Performance with a cover of a Dio song. But what was that song?
I'm not a Dio fan at all. I'm not a Tenacious D fan, but I would imagine it would be. I'm just gonna guess. It's got a. Is it Holy Diver?
It wasn't, I'm afraid. It was Last in Line.
Yeah. I wouldn't really know. I'm not really a big Dio guy. I don't. You can probably tell that.
I used to love a bit of Dio. I mean, I saw them live a few times back in the day. Yeah. I'm a bit of an old fecker. I've seen a lot of people back in the day, to be honest with you. No problem at all. We're doing quite good. So, computer, can you tell me the scores on the doors for Mr. Wylde?
Well, I can, Mr. Guido. Did you know politicians and nappies have one thing in common? They should both be changed regularly and for the same reason. Anyway, with 8 out of 10 so far, you have a grand total of 600 points.
Not bad at all. Not bad at all. You're definitely giving Johnny a run for his money here at this stage.
He's going to go down to the wire on this round, mate.
Yeah. Well, here we go. And we've got one round of another 5 questions, which we call Personal Percy. So, questions kind of not so much about you, but about the scene, etc., and possibly some of the stuff you've done in the past.
Okay.
Let's see what you can remember. Okay. On Midnite City's second album, There Goes the Neighborhood, what track is the only one that lasts longer than 5 minutes?
Oh God. I didn't know you were actually. Yeah, that's the only one that lasts longer than. I know it straight away. It's got to be. It's got to be the ballad "Heaven's Falling."
You got it, man. You got it.
You happened for a minute there. I was thinking, and it was like it's really obvious because it's a lot slower. It's going to be a lot longer. So yeah.
Nah, good man yourself. Unlike Johnny, we had to flip the question when I asked about the New Generation Superstars album track. Very good. Okay, next question. Tigertailz was founded by Pepsi Tate in 1983, but what was the original name of the band?
I know this one. It was. I was actually just speaking to Jay Pepper this afternoon. Actually, the name of the band was Stage Fright. Was the original name? It
was indeed. Computer, I told you that one was too bloody easy.
Well, not that many people would know that because I think it's only. I don't think it's like widely known that was the. I didn't know that until I was just talking to him. It's not. I don't think it's widely known that was the original name, really. So I think they changed it really early on as well. I think I think they were only Stage Fright for like a couple of months, and then it changed to Tigertailz.
Well, apparently it's on Wiki. computer is just.
Oh, right. Shows what I know.
Okay, sticking with Tigertailz, can you tell me how many studio albums have Tigertailz released to date?
Ooh. Studio albums. Okay. God, right. Young and Crazy, Berserk, Banzai, Wasbones, Full Pistol, Last. I think if you talk about studio albums, I think it's 6. No?
Yeah, no, I'm afraid not.
Whoa. How many?
It's 9.
9? God. Which are they then?
So way back in 1987, there was the Young and Crazy. Then there was Berserk. Then Banzai. Wasbones. Sorry. Original Sin. Berserk 2.0. Thrill Pistol. Lost Reels and Blast.
But a couple of those weren't actual studio albums. I've definitely missed one out because I didn't get Berserk 2.0. But Original Sin was a demos CD, like the early demos, and also the Lost Reels is a demos and rarities album. So I think it's actually 7 studio albums. But I still got the question wrong anyway, so you can still
you know, I think this computer that I'm using today is possibly maybe messing up as well, but
I should get half a point for that, I think. But
well, we can't really do half points, but
no, like I said, question. I still missed an album out anyway, so yeah, I got that one wrong.
Good says no.
Oh.
Yes, I used it.
Okay, so next question. Midnite City state Kiss as one of their biggest influences. Can you name the current drummer in Kiss?
Oh, easy. Yeah, it's Eric Singer.
It is indeed.
I've got my, you can see, hold on a minute, I've got this, I've got to show you this. Got my tails on, you can see that, that's...
Oh, yeah.
With, on the Kiss cruise, we were lucky enough to play, this is obviously Tigertailz, we were lucky enough to play the Kiss cruise in 2014 out in the States. That was amazing, yeah. Because I'm like the biggest, everybody knows I'm the biggest Kiss freak on earth, so... yeah, that was a good day, mate. A good day.
I can imagine. Did you actually get to like hang out and party, or?
We got to meet them, but we didn't. Yeah, I mean they were walking around on the ship, and kind of I mean we met them a couple of times, but it was sort of quite briefly, you know, a 5-minute conversation with them. But it was still like one of those really. Kind of pinch yourself moments, you know. It was kind of all a little bit surreal, really, but incredible experience to do that. So
I can imagine.
I
know what it's like. I mean, I grew up with Stiff Little Fingers, and then when I was in my 30s, whatever, I got to go on tour supporting Stiff Little Fingers, and to me that was kind of like, wow. You know, we will do it.
Yeah, it's the best feeling in the world when that happens. You know, I've been lucky enough to do it a few times with my favorite bands, and it's always a thrill, isn't it? You know, it's you're never too cool to have heroes.
I know. So. Well, been there, seen it, done it. If you know what I mean. Where I've gone up to somebody, I've been at an after show party, and they're more interested because there's somebody that they think is more famous. It was Victor Spinetti, apparently was in the same hotel, and all they were interested in was meeting Victor Spinetti. All I was interested in was meeting them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But, swings and roundabouts.
Yeah.
Hold on, the computer is saying, get this right to be in lead. Ooh.
No pressure. No pressure.
It's a bit of pressure. It is a bit of pressure. But we're on the last question. We are on the very last question here. Now, you mentioned Teenage Casket Company earlier on, who you were in before Midnite City.
Mm-hmm.
The band released a farewell album in 2016. Can you tell me the very last track on that album?
Yes, I can. It was, we did a CD which we released on our final show that we played in Nottingham, and it was kind of like a collection of sort of like old songs and live songs and stuff. And we actually, the last song on it is a cover of Beastie Boys' "Fight for Your Right."
It is indeed, man. Very well done. We've all got to put some really personal stuff in there to see if you remember or not. Okay.
Of course.
That is us done. I think you've done extremely well. And computer, can you tell me the scores and the doors for Mr. Rob Wylde?
With 12 questions right out of a possible 15, you finish with a total of 1,000 points, and you are the current leader of the competition.
£1,000, dude.
Wow, that's not bad. Seeing as I guess I've bluffed my way through pretty much the entire quiz apart from the last round, so I'm pretty happy with that.
Well, that is now the score to beat. I can't announce who else we've got coming up in the next two episodes, but Johnny, sorry mate, you ain't winning.
Sorry, Johnny.
Well, Mr. Rob Wylde, thank you very much for taking part. It's been an absolute pleasure. Is there anything you want to say to the viewers before we say goodbye?
Yeah, once again, thanks for having me. It's been a lot of fun. And yeah, just look out for the new Midnite City album, which is coming out next year. Mm-hmm. News of our new label and all the new exciting stuff going on. And also a ton of gigs next year as well, because pretty much all the gigs that we were supposed to be doing this year are happening next year. So we're going to be out playing quite a lot as well. So, and we've got some solo gigs coming up as well, a couple of acoustic gigs and bits and bobs. So, yeah, just keep looking out for stuff on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and all that stuff. And hopefully get to see you sooner rather than later. So thanks a lot.
I know the feeling. Hopefully we can all get back out there and get back to the live music again.
Let's hope so.
I know, man. I know. Okay. Right. Mr. Rob Wylde, gentleman and a dude, thank you so much.
Thank you, mate. You're welcome.
Well, didn't Rob do well there? Top of the leaderboard indeed. That was a bit of a laugh, it has to say. I'm not so sure about the scoring computer. I think we might have to get a little upgrade there. But we are going to get a little bit serious now. Obviously, with everything that's been going on over the last few months, it has been affecting lots of people in different ways. So I'm going to hand you over to Mucka J now.
Yeah, thank you very much, Guido, for that introduction. And yeah, wasn't Rob Wylde absolutely superb on this month's quiz? Well done to you, mate. And you're top of the leaderboard. Congratulations. Right, so as Guido just mentioned, it's something a little bit special for you now. We've got an interview with a band from Peterborough, four-piece alternative rock band, called Call to the Faithful. I'm here with Ethan, the bass player. Got in touch with us recently about the show, and I went and had a look at their video called Demons on YouTube. I was quite taken aback by it. Recent news about depression at the moment, going from 1 in 10 to 1 in 5 during lockdown. A lot of people affected by it, friends, family, and even ourselves. We all get a little bit. There's a little bit of toughness going on for everybody right now. So I was absolutely gobsmacked by the video. It reminded me of my own life in early years. And so I asked if the guys could come onto the show and just talk to us about the video, their reasoning behind it, and then introduce the actual song. So Ethan, it's over to you. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, thank you for having us. It's really nice to be on and really nice to see you, even though it is socially distanced on a Zoom call. But it's lovely. Yeah, so we've had this. The Demons is probably our oldest song, and probably we wrote it, we recorded it about, I think, 1.5 to 2 years ago, and we wrote it 6 months to a year before that. And it was always a bit of a different song, a bit of a different style to the other songs that we were playing. But Matt, our vocalist, he wrote the lyrics to it. One of our old guitarists, Joycey, came up with the main riff, and Matt at the time had seen a lot of his close friends and family who were dealing with anxieties and depressions, and he started looking into different charities and looking into different facts and figures and stats about it. And he wrote the song, he wrote the lyrics, because he at the time he'd not really, and he'd say this himself, at the time he'd not really experienced those things himself. And he thought it was a really good way of looking in writing a song, look from the outside looking in, about people that he's seen that have really struggled with it. So it was the first song we ever recorded as a band, and we spent we spent 4 days on it entirely. We ended up going back a year or two later to re-record the vocals. It was a labour of love. We really, really wanted justice. We wanted to make it a song that we thought we were really, really proud of, and that's why we spent so long on it and spent so long before we actually ended up releasing it. And then we knew we had to write a video. We knew there had to be a video in it because it was, again, the song was so powerful and the message behind it was so powerful, and we wanted to make sure that we could really compound that, so that people could actually have a visual aid to see what we were thinking and to see how we feel and how what the song means to us. So I sat down with a pen and paper and I wrote a storyboard over the course of a few weeks, and we decided, we discussed it as a band, and we decided we wanted to make the video. We decided the video that because the end product of what we have now and what you can see on YouTube is basically our vision. It's sort of really almost frame by frame what we wanted to show, and we wanted it to be hard hitting. We wanted it to be impactful, because depression and mental health sometimes isn't very nice, and I think there's a lot of people out there, maybe that's the wrong phrase, but I think there's a lot out there that sugarcoats things, and I'm not the sort of person that wants to sugarcoat things. Sometimes things need to be said as they are, because otherwise people don't understand that, and understand that there's some people think in really dark ways. So we wanted to make a video that showed that, and showed that sometimes even just being around day to day is just really, really fucking hard, and that can affect anyone. So we wanted to show that just because if you feel like that, then that's fine, because that is normal. There's people that like that everywhere, and if you need some help, then you should definitely try and find it. And yeah, we're really, really proud of what we've got. We're really proud of what we produced, and I hope everyone that sees it likes it.
I think even whether they like it or they don't like it, I think it will bring a tear to many people's eyes. I watched it at 8 o'clock in the morning one morning, and I wasn't feeling the best myself. And when I watched it, it did make me absolutely cry my eyes out. And I tried to explain the video to my partner, who was trying to get ready for work. And I'm trying to cover everything that's going on in the video and saying, that's exactly what happened to me. Everything, the alarm clock, it starts off as a normal day and it gets worse and worse and worse every single day. It just gets harder and harder as more people are not noticing things. So yeah, it's got an absolute massive impact. And considering you wrote that, not having so much of that experience of that yourselves, to write something that was so absolutely, from my point of view, absolutely spot on from how I felt 25, 30 years ago. It was as if you'd written that about my life back then. Yeah. Just spot on. Quite scary, actually. So quite dark, scary.
A lot of the video, I drew inspiration from, the storyboard from sort of like what you're saying about my own life. There's been times where I've found it quite difficult to to get up in the morning and go about my day. There's been times where I've really confided in Matt and the other guys in the band that I felt pretty shitty. And again, that's why it meant so much to me to be able to make sure we produced our vision, because I wanted to make sure that we had that it meant something. It's got to mean something at the end of the day, because there's a lot of, you can do anything, can't you? You can put any old shit out, but if it doesn't mean anything, then what's the point? Let's try and use a platform like we've got to try and make someone's life a little bit better. And if somebody has never experienced those feelings, let's give them a little bit of empathy. Let's try and show them actually how people genuinely do feel. Let's make them be nicer to everyone. When we gig, and for God's sake, I hope we can gig soon. We always talk about not being cunts to each other. It's literally that simple. That a lot of the world could be a much better place for everyone if people were just less cunty. It's so simple, I find, and I wish they were. And there's a whole thing that I want us to do. I want everyone just to be nicer to each other. We all want everyone to be nicer to each other. But sometimes that means we've got to face the facts head on and not sugarcoat it. And not say, and not, try and make things seem a little better than they are, because they're not. And let's show people really what's going on in our heads and in the way we see things, and see if that inspires people to make a change, be a bit nicer, and understand people a bit more.
You're right. I think the one part that you can see in that video that probably is under focused is the boss and the friends in the pub and things like that. It hasn't got a major focus, but those people who've never had any experience in depression, suicide, or anybody around them, they need to look at it from that point of view and look at that person, and then by the end of it, they might be able to go, now I know why that person said I'm not having a good day, and posting on Facebook, and then they realise why you don't just post a message saying, "You okay, hun? PM me." Yeah. Actually PM them, send them a message, make that phone call, make that extra effort to try and actually, make sure they are all right. Because, I posted up just a couple of weeks ago, I think it was only a week ago, something that I didn't feel too good about. And, I must have had 30, 40 messages within 12 hours, and I felt really guilty about that myself. But I had to go back and answer every single person. I apologise to everybody who I didn't reply to. So that had a massive impact on me personally. So if it impacts one person, it's made a difference. So as far as I'm concerned, it's
me too.
And welcome, and thank you for sharing a few moments with us. This is a song called Demons, and it's by a band called Call to the Faithful. Thank you, Ethan. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, mate. Thanks for having us.
Not sure that they ever left. When the days all feel so dark, how can you tell them apart? Them like they aren't a friend. When you feel so full of doubt, you just gotta figure it out. All of the times when you ask yourself why.
Well, that was an extremely powerful and emotional video there from Call to the Faithful. Thanks for that, guys. And obviously, if you are feeling down in any way, please talk to somebody. Now, what's next?
Well, it's the last band of the show. It's a hard and heavy rock band called White Raven Down. They're from down your neck of the woods, actually, Essex.
Well, yes, my neck of the woods for the last 30 years, anyway.
So these guys describe themselves as a band to sing your hearts out to, and this exclusive lockdown video will make you do just that. So hold on to your hats, get ready to rock. And thank you everybody for watching episode 2 of Eyes on the Scene.
And we'll see you again next month.
Yeah, cheers mate.
Sláinte.
Will you find it in your heart to cry? Or just wonder what you were in my eyes, in my eyes, in my eyes. Trapped behind the sofa window, locked behind this broken door. I'm falling down into the shadow of the doubt until I'm screaming out no more. I'm thinking back on all I didn't say. Why were we fighting? Now we're trying one more time for life, pouring dreams into the night, but still wondering what I see in your eyes, in your eyes, in your eyes. Trapped behind the sofa window, locked behind this broken door. Falling down into the shadow of doubt till I'm screaming out no more. I'm thinking back on all I didn't say to you. Why were we fighting? that's behind me in my way. The world is at my feet, my oyster there for me to take. When I feel alright, I feel not alone. With the night on my side, I feel right at home. Voices in my head, they help me set the tone. When I feel alright, I feel not alone. Why not alone? Got the night on my side. Why not alone? Got the night on my side. I've been trying too hard to let time take its course. These things come naturally. Can't break through it force. Reaching inside myself, I've known evil for too long. Feelings up on the shelf, I would hide away. Oh, and thousand memories I have to sweep away. Leave the void and leave it with words I cannot say. Reaching inside myself, I've known evil for too long. Feelings up on the shelf, I would hide away, I would hide away. Reaching inside myself, I've known you for far too long. Feelings up on the shelf, I would hide away. no more. I got no time to waste, no more time to spend on pleasing you. Ignoring what I say when it's not what you wanna hear. I got the answer you don't wanna see. I got a revelation. I got you on your knees, and with my exaltation, take me, please. Oh, 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 take me. Go! the darkness, searching with nowhere inside. Will the shadow take me in the night? I'm fighting for what I believe in. I'm prepared to abide. Darkest day through the blackest night. And though I see myself,
guys for staying tuned and watching us. We're White Raven down. On drums we have Tom Frost. On bass we have Luke Chappell. On guitar we have Stu Bailey.
Here's this here from William Taylor on the vocals.
Again, thank you for spending your time listening to us. We know it's a chore.
Looking for the dawn of another day. Give it to him one more time.